hear me?
Oh, Coach, how are you? We had you on the muted line by mistake. Sorry about that.
Geez, I've been cut already, huh?
It's just been one of those mornings. Good morning to you. Congratulations on the victory over Coastal Carolina. You can talk about that win before we start taking questions about Kennesaw State. You can begin now.
Well, it was a fantastic night, I think, for Big South football. It was a great environment, sold out here. Both teams, I think, matched pretty even if you look at the statistics. And we were able to obviously make some plays there in the fourth quarter. Defense, made a couple of huge plays there towards the end. And just thankful for us to get the win. I thought, we weathered the storm early there, matching their scores, and we were able to finally get a couple of stops, and they missed some field goals there in the first half that proved to end up being, the difference in the game, I think. But it was just a great college football game. It was a great environment to be a part of, and just be able to host it and be on TV for what it, I think, means for, our program going forward. I don't think you can put a price tag on. So it was one of the fun victory and put us in a position that we can control moving forward. So we're excited about being in that. We know we got a lot of work to do moving forward.
At this time, we'll start taking questions for Charleston Southern head coach Jamey Chadwell. Please press star 1 on your phone at any time, or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand if you joined us via the web. And while we wait for the questions for you, Coach, talk about heading down to Kennesaw State and what you've seen so far of the Owls.
Well, we're looking forward to the trip. They look like they have a beautiful place there, and they to start football, look like they've done it the right way. And Coach Bohannon has those guys playing extremely well, obviously being 6-2. I think the thing that jumps out at you, two things, is they play with extreme confidence in all three phases. They're a confident football team, and they play extremely hard. And then they give you challenges, obviously, with what they do offensively, running the triple, and he's obviously well-versed in that. And then defensively, they show you so many different looks and different fronts, and you have to spend a lot of time on trying to prepare for those things. So it's unbelievable the job that they've done being a first-year program and the way they've been able to put a team together and the type of players they have. We're, just as a staff, impressed with that, and we know we're up for a big challenge because they've played well, and even in the games that they've lost, have been right in there. Both the teams have got beat by a really good football team, so they could very well easily be 8-0 right now. So we know we're going down there and have to play our best to come out with a win.
All right, Coach, at this time we'll turn to questions for you. Once again, please press star on your phone or click the Q&A link near the top of your browser and click raise hand. Coach, first questions for you are from David Shelton of the Charleston Post and Courier.
Hey, Jamey, good morning.
Morning, David.
Hey, I wanted to get your take on preparing for Kennesaw State's offense. You've done a good job against the Citadel in the years that you played them with that option offense, but how does this offense differ, and how is it more difficult to prepare for, or is it very similar?
Well, I think there's two things. One, they have at the skill positions, they have more speed running it than maybe the Citadel does at their slot backs and receiver positions. So you're preparing for a different speed than what you've seen earlier. And then, secondly, the last couple of years have been up in Fairfield that we've had a couple extra days because of playing a Thursday night game, so we've had a little longer week. Obviously, this week is a normal week, and so this will be the first time that we've had to prepare for an option team and with a short amount of time. So that presents some more challenges. Obviously, you can go back and try to do some base things that you've shown on video that have worked, but to try to maybe get a couple wrinkles in there, you have less time to do that. So that's the thing that I think makes it a little bit harder, the speed that they do it with, and then the two, we have to have a little bit less time, so you have to make sure that what you are doing, you're not trying to do something that your kids have not had ample time to prepare. So I think it makes it a little tougher.
And also, you were in this position 2 years ago with a chance to lock everything up, and you lost your last two. And I know, leave it to me to bring that up, but this team is a little more mature, and a lot of these guys were on that team. They handled that they've been through that situation. Do you think that maturity will play a factor in you being able to finish strong and win the conference and get the playoff berth and all that? I mean, are you a little more confident in this team's ability to handle that success?
Well, I do think we've had enough the guys that were here when we were in the position a couple of years ago that remembered that, just remembered the feeling and then to lose 2 straight, to have something there that maybe you can only dream of, to have it in your grasp and let it go. And so you hope from a coaching staff and from the guys that were here, you hope that you can learn from all your past, you learn from your success and your failures, and that we can handle it better, and not make last week's game any bigger than what it was, and I think that's the thing that we have learned as a coaching staff. A couple years ago, we won that game, and maybe we weren't expected to, so we just thought we were on top of the world, and I think Saturday we expected to win that game. So it was big, it was good, but we expected to it, so I think our guys had a mindset, hey, let's continue to move on to the next one. And so I have no doubt that we'll go prepared, ready to play. Now, if we get beat, it won't be because we're overlooking Kennesaw or thought we've arrived at, because Kennesaw's a pretty good team. And so we're going to have to play well to go down there and get a victory. And so I think our team understands that we're playing a really good team that has a lot of people that they know, because they got a lot of Georgia kids. We got a lot of Georgia kids, so they know what type of players they have, and they've got a good little mix of transfers and things in there as well. So, and I think the biggest challenge for us, David, is now after getting that win, now you've sort of got that target on your back. Now you're the marquee opponent coming into somebody's place, and that's a little added extra pressure. How does our mature team, do we feel like we're mature, how do we handle that? And that's one thing that we've really tried to make sure our guys focus on.
And one last question, if I could. I wanted you to kind of speak on the play of your quarterback, Austin Brown, who in the last 2 weeks has probably played his best 2 games of football at CSU, and especially Saturday night, made some big throws and seemed very much in control, which at times in the season he sometimes doesn't look in control. But just speak to what he's done the last 2 weeks, and maybe he's finally comfortable with that system.
Well, I think that's part of it. I think what he's finally done is finally realized, hey, this is my team, and we're going to go as I go, instead of maybe putting extra pressure on himself or trying to do too much. He's finally allowing the players around him, his teammates around him, to do the things that they're capable of, and really trying to use what he's good at and take advantage of that. I think for a long time he was trying so hard to be one thing, and then we wanted to do something else, and it was too much for him. And I think our coaches and us getting with him and finally say, hey, this is what you do well, let's focus on these things, and then this other stuff, let's let these other players take care of that. You mentioned the last 2 weeks, and really 4 out of the last 5. I mean, I think he's played just his best football. He's most poised, and he's not let the moment be too big. And I think in the past, anytime there was maybe a big game coming, he put too much on himself. And that's where I've seen him more than anything make strides. Is he sort of takes it as the game comes. He's not trying to make it any bigger than what it is. And if you see now when we're in certain situations, he's calm and collected. And then in the past, he's running out of there and panicking, and he's just really got a good piece about what's going on. And that's the reason why we had success. Our defense has played well. We feel like we've got a chance to be a good offense. And the way he's played the last few weeks, I think, has showcased that. He's been probably our MVP over there as far as taking care of the things that he needs to do to help us win games.
Thank you, Jamey.
Thank you.
Thank you, David. And Coach, I'm not seeing any more questions for you, so we'll let you go. But thanks for joining us, and good luck Saturday at Kennesaw State.
Thank you very much.
All right.